Hello and welcome back to your daily basketball recap. My name is Levi Jacob,
I am Jason Blatt.
and this is your daily recap in 15 minutes or less. Today, we're going to go through about 5 games from Thursday night. We're going to start off with uh, there's a difference in rating systems even here, but I kind of want to start off with the Warriors Sixers game. You tell me if you'd rather do Lakers Raptors.
We can say the best game for the end. Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, fine. If you want to say it like that. Um, this game was insane. Uh, the top performer, technically speaking, was Tyrese Maxey with 35, 3 and 2. Sixers beat the Warriors 99-98. Very, very close game at the end there. No Steph. No Steph again. He's dealing well, there was a Curry. It was a Seth Curry, but he's still dealing with some injury issues. Um Maxey at 35, 3, 2, 2 steals, a block, like I said. Uh Game-winning block, which was honestly insane. I'm pretty sure he killed the Anthony Melton. I'm pretty sure the
No.
Anthony Melton is dead. Um, but also Draymond got ejected. But the real performer in this game and the craziness of the last few seconds was VJ Edgecombe, who got a rebound offensive bucket with zero point 0.9 seconds left. It was just like tense. The whole thing was tense. To me, I've been seeing a lot of headlines about this that like the Sixers now think that Maxey might be the guy in the organization. I've been feeling that way for about 2 years now. Um, I feel like the season is just cementing it again and again and again, and the further evidence that VJ Edgecombe is his running partner in this.
Yeah. I think Maxi is very much taking the wheel. I think that maybe the nickname of the process should be passed on to someone else at this point. But yeah, I would say the one thing to keep an eye out for is VJ has been incredible. But he was great late in this game, but he did only get to 10 points. Like I think that we got to look around and we have a rookie who we think is the future of the franchise. They've had the Sixers have gone through this. Ben Simmons didn't really work out so well for them. They had the Rook of the Year back then. I'd keep an eye out for VJ as he grows, but a backcourt of VJ and Maxi, if Maxi continues to progress the way he is, incredible. Like this could be the backcourt of the future.
I think actually, I agree with you. I think that a little bit to counter your point, and then we'll move on. I think that VJ has like, yes, he's been struggling more offensively. His group play, like his defense, has been awesome. And his ability to let others score, I think, also has been really good. And I think that's how you still have Jared McCain when he is playing look like tonight. He still gets some shots up, and what's his name? Grimes. Grimes also gets his shots. So like they're passing the ball around. They're even getting it to Embiid when he's playing. So I feel like it's. I mean, Embiid also again played tonight. I just feel like it's they have good vibes, as Grimes said earlier this season, immaculate vibes, and I think that that's exactly the vibe that you get when you're watching the Sixers team. So I'm
For sure.
it was a fun game.
I don't know if Grimes would stay in the future of the Sixers, but conversation for a different point.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, moving on. I just quickly about the Celtics Wizards. The Celtics absolutely demolished the Wizards 146-101. This is exactly how you should play if you're a good team versus the Wizards. CJ McCollum,
Jason Tatum sucks.
thank you. That's my brother who does taxes, everybody. So understand that. Derek White had 30 points. I'm not even going to read down this whole entire Celtics list. This is totally insane. This is exactly how you're supposed. This is just exactly how you're supposed to play when you play
Just pat
the
myself on the
Wizards.
back. I picked up Jordan Walsh yesterday for fantasy, and feeling pretty happy with that decision.
It was a good pick.
Yeah.
Also, Hugo Gonzalez. I always like when I see rookies have like good games. Solid game, 6 and 7. Keita, also by the way, another notable pickup that the Celtics got over the offseason. He's looked like a starting caliber center. This is kind of nuts. I don't think anybody expected this of him. So
Not at all.
props
I
to
thought
them.
I thought Tillman would be starting by this point in the season. In all
CJ
honesty.
McCollum had 22 again instead of 15. He's kept the scoring streak high, but it's still the Wizards. Okay, moving on. Unless you had thoughts about this Wizards game.
No, it's the
Okay,
Wizards.
that makes sense. That's valid. Okay, Next, we're going to go to the Wolves and Pelicans. I'm not following necessarily a scheme of timing of these games. It's just, what I think is priority. Randall, Julius of that persuasion, scores 28, and they beat the Pelicans 125 to 116. He had also had 9 rebounds to add to the 28 points with 3 assists. DiVincenzo's been playing pretty well percentage-wise. He's been really contributing to some of these wins. But the big story to me is, after all this time, with all these 30-point, 40-point games, Anthony Edwards had 11 points and 6 rebounds. I think that this is the reported thing on his career that everyone has talked about for forever. Consistency. I need consistency from Anthony Edwards. He's an exceptional talent. I really believe, will be the face of the NBA in the future. He just needs to be able to bring it night to night. I think that Jokic struggled with this early in his career also. And then obviously Jokic is Jokic now. But Anthony Edwards just needs to, like I understand they're going against the Pelicans, but I need you to bring the competitive level even tonight.
Yeah, I would say also a big difference. Jokic can play that lazy style of ball. He could be that pin cone and orchestrate the game in front of him. The way Ant's skill set works is you've got to be tough. You got to be gritty. If you want to try to emulate that whole MJ game of driving to the basket, of pulling up, you can't be laissez-faire about it. And he tried out, like you said, to Randall. All it takes is for a few people on Twitter to be saying that Randall should, be traded for Giannis, and all of a sudden the guy goes off for almost 30 points.
Doesn't change the fact that he should be traded for Giannis. But
Yeah. I want someone to make a metric of the number of tweets about Randall being traded from his team and how it correlates to the number of points he scores the next night. Because I remember the same thing in LA and New York. It's definitely related.
But I'll always forever be happy for him that when he was going into the year that he was drafted, everyone was like, yeah, Julius Randall is not going to be anything other than an energy guy. He's made quite a career for himself. I'm really impressed by it.
Most improved and unimproved player.
And I would love for him to get traded for James Harden. And I would love James Harden on this team next to Anthony Edwards. I think that'd just be so much fun.
That'd be cool. But now, because Harden doesn't have.
No. Yeah, 100%. But I feel like, even in later years, like as a distributing player, he's really turned into quite the point guard, James Harden. That's what Anthony Edwards needs. He needs easy spot up looks. That's what he needs. So I hope that can happen for him in his future. Trey Murphy had 21, 7 and 8. Jeremiah Fears also put up 20. Sadiq Bey also put up 20. The comprehensive team nature of their approach to basketball is looking better without Zion on the court for whatever reason that is. But it's still not pretty for this team. It's not pretty for this team. But
Sadiq Bey pulling his weight, really.
Over the last, I want to say about 6 or 7 games, he's been averaging around 20 points. That's props to him. Next, the Utah Jazz beat the Nets 123 to 110. Markkanen scores 30 because Lowry's awesome on 11 of 18 shooting. But Keontae George hit him with 29, 5 and 10. Kyle Filipowski, I don't know if he talks to his family anymore, but he scored 15 and 8 and 5. I think it's still the funniest, weirdest story of all time. Like there's kind of like a cultish thing going on in the NBA, but no one's talking about it. Ace Bailey, who's been playing very efficiently. What?
Not great, Ace Bailey.
Yeah, but for the most part, otherwise he's been playing good. But this is not a pretty game for him. Walter Clayton Jr. got some minutes, so
he looked good.
Yeah. This team. What?
So Nets Jazz, the debate of the mid.
Yeah, I happen to be a big Jazz guy, but the Jazz, they're kind of falling apart a little bit these days. The Nets, however, have maybe a young blossoming star in Noah Clowney, who's like, hey, is no one else going to take threes when Michael Porter Jr. and Johnson aren't here? Okay, cool. So he had 29, 4 and 3, 8 of 15 shooting though, 3 of 6 from 3-point range. Nick Claxton, 12 and 9. This Nets team, Zaire Williams, sorry, 23 points. Danny Wolf had 17 and 9. Good, our Jewish brethren there. Ben Saraf also, the only thing that I have to say about these players, unless you have something more to say, do you have something more to say?
Nets? No, I think there's just the big question on the market should be Noah Clowney or Norman Powell. Who's the better player?
Is a little inside fantasy joke for you guys. The only thing I have to say about this game is next. to the last game, most important game
Austin
of
Reeves.
tonight, apparently. Uh, you can go either way with it, but the Lakers beat the Raptors 123 to 120 on a last second buzzer beater from Hachimura from Rui, who we were talking about yesterday. Um, the question is LeBron not hitting his double digit streak bigger news than Austin Reeves 44, 5, and 10?
I actually just want to put a qualm on that. People have been pointing out that his double point active streak is still active in America, so I think they're still fine. The game was in Toronto, different country. Maybe they didn't bring it back over the border.
Then we should clarify the United States of America, not North America.
Yeah, the U.S. of A. Um, Austin going off of 44 is he just keeps getting better and better. I know we discussed this yesterday. Like, it's just every piece clicked. Every piece clicked. Rui being reliable in that last minute where had his up and downs. AR going for his 44, getting himself to the line over and over and over. LeBron was LeBron. Low scoring game, but you watch that vision, that last play, looking off to the right, looking to drive in, getting the defense to double up on him, knowing that Rui's standing there in the corner. That's high level IQ. People don't realize these are the plays that make LeBron who he is.
I'm also really appreciating Laravia's contributions. He played pretty well in this game. Like whenever there's one man out, I feel like there's other people who step in, which is oftentimes the thing that you don't necessarily see from a team like this. So I'm impressed by that. The other thing is, I'm one of those guys who I think that actually Nick Smith Jr. was a really good pickup for them in the offseason. I would like to see them utilize him more, just because I feel like Gabe Vincent, you could sit down. You can get courtside seats on the Lakers bench if you want.
It was a weird decision to start Gabe. I didn't really understand if even from the first quarter when the starters were there for their first 2 minutes, it was very clear that Austin was going to be playing point. He was bringing up the ball every play. It's a little weird that they chose Gabe just for that distribution piece. Like, maybe they could have moved the lineup up. But yeah, I don't know why Gabe's getting as much minutes as he should. We should be developing. And Adu Thero, he looked great. He's a great player. We had the Arabia playing fantastic. I didn't quite understand why Vincent was taking in that role. But yeah, kudos to Nick Smith Jr. Man, he reliable, all reliable. Little Caruso vibes.
100%. The fun thing about this is that apparently Reeves is scoring 40 points whenever Luka's out. I didn't know that until I guess the stat officially was tonight. But really kudos to him. He's putting on such an impressive season. This Raptors team, Scotty Barnes had 23, 11 and 9, 3 blocks, three. It's just looking great. Brandon Ingram has kept on with pretty good play. Jacoby Walter is looking like he's really grown into that sophomore season that a lot of people were hoping for. Emmanuel quickly he's okay. He's a little bit less than what he used to be. I really feel like this Raptors team is just scrappy enough and just has enough talent, and now shooting with Ingram and Jacoby Walter contributing. We talked about it at the beginning of the season. I really could see them making it to the second round just with the right matchups. With if they have injury luck, whatever, like they could be a really annoying team to beat. Like I was saying, the Magic from last year were bounced in the first round. I played against the Celtics and won a few games, I think, or had some close games in that series. They're just physical and annoying to play against, and they have youth. And I just feel like it's the East is so wide open.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a future for them there. I have some questions on a few of their key players, IQ, Grady. I don't know if necessarily their skills are going to stick around. I think the one thing I would say to keep an eye out for is the Raptors don't match up super well with the players that they'd end up going up against in the playoffs. If the Raptors keep that 2-3 spot, let's say they kept that 3 spot in the East, and they're going up against let's say that ends up being the Bulls. I don't know. That's a feisty matchup. The Bulls play fast, and the Raptors like to play you down hard, and I don't know.
But if it's like the Knicks, for example, or the Pistons, like I just feel like it's.
Yeah, but that
Meaning,
would
I
be like
still take
round 2
I still
matchup.
right. I still take both of those teams to win.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just feel like after watching the playoffs last year, it just seems so grueling and so like intensive, making it that far, that I just wouldn't want that to be my second round matchup, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. They've been looking too good to want to face anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Any parting thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams?
I just think people gotta stop questioning Austin Reeves. He's here for the win. And keep hating on Julius Randall. If you're a Timberwolves fan, make him feel like trash. He's gonna get you 30 points a game.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. We'll check in with you on that when he gets traded for Giannis. Maybe will they'll try to get KD again? Who knows? They can make all those salaries not work at all.
They have Jaden McDaniels. They don't need KD.
Very good. Everybody, thank you for watching and listening. Let us know if you have you think we got anything wrong. That's mostly what the internet is for these days. If you got anything wrong, please let us know. And I hope you all have a great weekend. And see you next week.
Peace.